Hello and welcome back to my Kansas Dynasty here on College Football 25. This week, we get to face Florida, in the swamp. They have a pretty cool intro. That's why I figured I'd include it in this video, the swamp, only Gators get out alive. Yeah, but we're not phased. The fellas are out here ready to make plays. Yeah, here we come. With a 2-1 record on the season. The game kicks off and we get actually smoked. 59-24. A lot to work on. It would appear. Here are the stats. Only average 2 yards per rush, not very good. Dion Baskerville, 13 for 27 with 150 yards, a couple of interceptions. Not much of a running attack. We're going to have to improve there. Receiving, led by our freshman tight end. We're led in tackles by Logan Brantley. That's 6th. So here we are on the recruiting trail. Looking at some of the guys. It looks like Steve Farrell has our deal breaker has locked him out. Anyway, we're going to sell Mateo Ayu on Workhorse and Danny Kegler on TV Time. I think most of these are just soft sells this week. Frank Gage is getting football influencer soft sell, and Nazir Fry's getting starter soft sell. Then we're going to schedule Marcel Brown for a visit. Probably going to show off our trophy room. Here we are in the bye week, week 5. We're going to go maybe take a look at recruiting here, see where we stand on some of the guys. DeMarcus Howard, selling him on the grassroots, and Tyler Harlan, selling him on the conference spotlight, hard sells for both of them. They're both good players. We're going to schedule a visit for DeMarcus Howard. On proximity to home, we're going to have a family visit, have his family come to town. Not too far from Colorado. But we do get a commit here, Nicholas Jarrell and Pat Taint, 2 of our first commits. In week 6, we're going to be facing the Mountaineers of West Virginia. Out in Morgantown. So the game has started. We have a record of 2-2, and we're down 3-0 at halftime. Low score and affair. Our defense is not bad. And we end the game actually winning 6-3. That's good old-fashioned football. Dion Baskerville, 250 yards, almost a 50% completion percentage. Not very good offensively. Rushing. Got to figure out a way to get this rushing attack going. Receiving, Prince Agbana led us with 88 yards on 5 catches. And defensively, here's how we looked. A couple tackles for loss. And I figured I better show kicking. That's why I go get a kicker. Cortez Teague, 2 for 2 on field goals. And here's kind of how we are broken down my hours at this point. Jimmy Wooten's getting a lot. Steve Farrell still does not like us, so I don't know if we'll be getting him. But it's a pretty solid uh, board for me, I would say. I'm just going to add some points here and there to some of these guys. To sell Nate Thorne. What are we going to sell him on? Sell him on a Workhorse. A soft sell. Then Frank Gage. Yeah, he's not bad. And then we're going to schedule a visit here with Alfonso Goolsby against BYU. We're gonna have his family come to town and show off. And then same with Tyler Harlan. Proximity to home. Family visit. Not too far from St. Louis. But we do get Jimmy Wooten from KCK. Marcel Brown from KC Mo. Nick Sylvan from Omaha. Alfonso Goolsby from Oklahoma City. Pretty good week of recruiting there. That should open up some hours. But here we are. We're facing the Utah Utes out in Utah. See what we got here. It's a 10-10 at halftime. They're 1-5. But we're going to drop it. 27-24. Still averaging only 2 yards per rush. Got to figure something out. Deion Baskerville, 15 for 27. 3 touchdowns at least. 280 yards. Not much production from the running back room. Prince Agbana had a day. 7 catches, 2 touchdowns, 186 yards. Now here we are back on the Cruton Trail. Nazir Fry, schedule him for a visit against BYU. And we're going to sell him on playing time. So he's going to attend a position meeting. Hopefully he can help the run game in the future. But this is how the board looks at the moment. Just going to scroll through a little bit. Connor Bingham, he could have a good future here. Tyler Harline, we're going to keep going after him hard. We're in good position. Steve Farrell, I don't know. He's going to probably be off my board here before too long. Marcus Howard, very fast. Nazir Fry, hopefully we can reel these guys in. They'll help us in the future. We do get Tracy Crumpler from Littleton, Colorado. Taj Manelli, Connor Bingham, Kareem Couch, Frank Gage, Oklahoma. Another good recruiting week. Should continue to open up some hours for us. But here we are facing the TCU Horned Frogs down in Fort Worth, Texas. We got the all whites dripped out. We're going to win this game 35-17. Not much production there in the second half. Maybe a little cause for concern, but we got the win. 280 yards and 4 touchdowns from Deion Baskerville. We averaged 5.3 yards per rush that game. Deion Baskerville, as I said, 4 touchdowns. Harry Stewart led us in rushing. 59 yards. Behind him is Regumba with 58. Alan Shelton, 4 catches. Then defensively, Javon Russell had 7 total tackles. And Mateo Ayu, we're going to schedule him for a visit against Baylor. We're going to have him participate in a team workout with the new facilities out in Lawrence. And then we're going to have Danny Kegler attend a team meeting because he cares about championship contenders. Tyler Harline, Alani Awesome, what a name. Linebacker from Nebraska. Here we are playing BYU at home. We got a couple of recruits in this game, so pretty important one on the schedule. And at halftime, looks like we're up 13-6. Another low-scoring affair. And at the end of the game, we're going to win it 26-13. Good for my recruits in the stands. 208 yards, 53%, and 2 touchdowns from Deion Baskerville. We averaged 4 yards per rush. Still much to improve on, but our defense was playing nicely. Here's some of the stats. Nine total tackles from Caleb Purdy. Led our team. Tied with Javin Russell. Here we are. I added a couple guys to the board. George Platt and Carlos Klutz. A quarterback and a receiver, most likely. But we're going to land DeMarcus Howard here. And Nazir Fry, both from Colorado. Mateo Ayu also commits from Nebraska. And Danny Kegler from Omaha. Oh, another one, Nate Thorne from Oklahoma City. Another good week of recruiting. And here we are facing the Baylor Bears at home. Let's go ahead and look at the college football playoffs, top 25, see where people are. SMU is number one. It's a little interesting. Guess they made it this year, but a little surprised at number one, followed by Georgia, Clemson, Ohio State. We're not quite there. Here we go. We're going to play Baylor. And it's 10-10 at halftime. Never mind. We take the lead 17-10 at halftime. And here in the fourth quarter, we're down by 7. See if we can make a couple plays here and get back into it. And we're down by 10. We're driving. Kick a field goal to make it a 7-point game. But we fail on a fourth down and they kneel the game out and we lose 27-20. But here are the stats. I'm noticing a trend. We struggle to rush the ball in games that we lose. So we need to figure something out with that. Here's some of the stats. But now we're back to the recruiting trail. This is how our class is looking at the moment. We're sorting by national rank here. A lot of talent coming in this year as well. We had a good class last year. It's another impressive one this year. But here we see Pat Taint from St. Charles, Missouri. Alfonso Goolsby. We need a good center. He could be pretty good. Nate Thorne. A little slow for being a strong safety. Nazir Farai, pass protecting guard. He might become a tackle for me. Mateo Ayu got that 93 speed at 6'4". And Marcel Brown, 94 speed and gold takeoff. Brenton Nagy, 91 speed at free safety, 6'2". Nick Silvan, 6'5", 301 at D tackle. Frank Gage, 88 strength at guard. Power rusher, Nicholas Jarrell. It's very big. Connor Bingham, 6'5", 192 with 95 speed. That's a gem. Kareem Couch, 90 speed, power back, 6'1", 230. Alani Awesome, baby. 79 speed, field general middle linebacker, Danny Kegler. 94 speed corner. Good start. And Carlos Klutz, 93 speed out at wide receiver, also at 6'3". And Brenton Nagy, we're going to get him to commit before our game against Oklahoma State in Stillwater. Here we go. Boone Pickens Stadium. And it's kind of a slaughter here. We kind of got smoked 37-17 against the Cowboys. Another game, 1.7 yards per rush, 22 rush for 38 yards, 14 for 38. Deion Baskerville, it's not good. He did lead our team in rushing though, at 54 yards. Carson Brunn, 72 yards on 5 catches. And Brian Helena led our team in total tackles with 8. But here I am, I'm hard selling Carlos Klutz. We're going to go ahead and sell him on. It's game time. And then we're going to DM him and also schedule him for a visit. Another family visit. Works out. A lot of proximity to homes. Then we're going to sell George Platt on Football Influencer. And again, we're just going to top him off a little bit with a 10 DM. He's going to go meet some of our alumni. But here we go. I believe this is senior day out in Lawrence against Arizona State. Both teams 5-5, looking for a playoff or a bowl game. And we got the red on red with blue and red face mask. Blue and crimson, I might add. I kind of think it looks nice. I figured I'd bust it out on senior day. They're going with the whiteout. But here we go. Game's kicked off. And another one that we kind of get outplayed. 54-17. Offense just isn't doing it for us. Under 50% completion percentage from Baskerville. Prince Agbana had a good game, 107 yards and a touchdown. Logan Brantley and Caleb Purdy both had double-digit tackles. But George Platt is going to lock us out, which isn't too bad because we got another quarterback coming in. But here we go. We get to play Kansas State in the Sunflower Showdown. This is their senior day. And we're going to fall 36-23. So we lost something like 4 straight to end the year. Those stats, not very good. Deion Baskerville did have 82 yards on the ground. We're led by Joey Heron, true freshman receiver and receiving. And Brian Helena led us in tackles again with 12. I think that's going to do it for this episode. In the next one, we're going to tackle the off season and likely the first couple weeks of next season. Thanks for watching.